I was going to talk about this earlier, but there was so much drama about it that I was like, you know what, maybe I don't want to. Season 2, episode 6. It got review bombed because they kissed, right? And, the saddest part about this is, like, this is obviously a review bomb, right? Like, this is, I mean... but the saddest part about this is that I don't think it was a very good episode. I'm gonna be real. I think this scene, them kissing, was actually perfectly fine. It makes perfect sense for both of their characters. So it's kind of sad that that, like, kind of stalled the entire discussion. I think we need to have a much bigger discussion about the fact that we are currently, like, Damon is literally the Game of Thrones counterpart of Bronn. The freaking producers are obsessed with Damon. I think we need to move on. And the saddest part about this is also the fact that Rhaenyra, the only thing Rhaenyra has been doing is recapping the show. Season 2 has unfortunately been, like, don't get me wrong, it is an incredible season, even now. But episode 6 was really the episode that was, like, to me, season 1 was stronger. And by a lot, too. Because, like, season 1 was non-stop. There were almost too many time skips. Season 2 started strong. It almost was also too fast. We also skipped, like, the whole aftermath of Luke's death. But the rest of the season, like, Daemon is just, like, wandering around Harrenhal, which, by the way, I loved. Like, the first couple of episodes in Harrenhal, 10 out of 10 perfect. But it's now been, what, 3-4 episodes, and he's still wandering around? It's just gone on for too long, and it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. We get it. We get it. Enough. Move on. And then, poor Rhaenyra is like, they killed our dragon. They have a bigger dragon. And she keeps saying it. Season 1 was so good. And I really like the fact that they made Rhaenyra, like, reluctant to start the war. It was great. Because we had, like, the two sides, right? And then the two sides flipped. And it was great. But now Rhaenyra is recapping the show. And I'm like, come on, just give her proper dialogue. Make her do things. Maybe they have something cooked up for episode 7 and 8. Maybe. But thus far, the pacing has been weird, because episode 1 was way too fast. Episode 1 skipped so much of the aftermath that it made me sad. I even made a video about it on the main channel, which I normally wouldn't do, because it was great, aside from that one weird thing. Everything else after that, though, has kind of been hit and miss. And the Harrenhal storyline has... I love the magic of Game of Thrones. It's one of my favorite aspects, and Harrenhal is, like, up there, right? With, like, weird mysticism. But it's just gone on for too long. Like, Daemon has been tripping with weird potions 3-4 times now. We get it. We get it. He's traumatized, he has weird internalized issues, and he's struggling. I think the producers are obsessed with the actor, because, like, I think they've reacted to everyone in Season 1 obviously loving Daemon, and I don't think they expected that. I don't think they did. But everyone, like, immediately fell in love with him. And I think they just gave him so much spotlight in Season 2 that it's almost kind of like, you know, it's almost too much. Other than that, the episode was great. Like, they already introduced the Shepherd, which was also cool. But review bombing the episode over this is, like, pathetic. Like, come on. Like, it makes me so mad. Because we could talk about the actual problems the show has, and people are being weird. And I'm like, please, can we stop with this weird nonsense and talk about the actual problems these series have? I don't care about abstract issues. I want to look at the story and the problems the story has. Man, does it make me mad. Daemon is stuck rewatching Season 1 in an isolated plotline. Basically. Yeah, like, you put it very well. He's basically retreading Season 1. And one of the most beautiful things about Thrones, and series like Thrones, is that a lot of their story was implied. Like, we didn't necessarily need to see and hear everything they were thinking. We could put, like, piece it together. Because the show itself respected the audience. They didn't treat us like children, you know? And I think having these explicit scenes where Daemon is wandering in the memories is really cool. But you don't need to show us all of them. You need to show us one of them to show us that this is happening in his mind. Dude is struggling. Dude is tripping. And that's great. But not all of them. And also, they messed up the eye colors. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.